This is a fifth generation family, so you want to preserve the legacy of the land. So it's pretty obvious what he wants. He wants things to continue the way they always have.
You know, now that we've kind of found out who all these characters are, now we can really go a little deeper with them and all the relationships and all these different people's lives sort of bang up against each other. Season 2 is just next level compared to season 1.
In season 1, we established this world, we established these characters, and I think season 2, we just get to take them to a different level. Beth, we get to sort of understand a little bit more of her heart. I think there's a little bit more vulnerability in there, plus her fierceness just goes to another level.
The great thing about season 2 is it's a little more interior, meaning it's not so much about the killings, the BLM and the water rights and the land and all that stuff, even though that's still in there, but it also dives really hard into us as characters and who we are.
The unfolding of the storyline really gets them to more character depth, especially for the Duttons. And then, of course, for my character, Thomas Rainwater, it just raises the stakes considerably.
The stakes are much higher, and you just care for these characters. You know, the way Taylor's written them in their complicity is that you want to make sure that they're okay, and in this world, it's debatable.
I think it's a show that, in an incredible way, has very few one-dimensional or two-dimensional characters, and season 2 makes all those characters, whether you hated them in the first season or loved them, so much richer. It gives you reasons to hate characters that you loved in the first season, and it gives you reasons to love characters that you hated in the first season. It's really incredible writing.
We have a lot of momentum, a lot of speed in this season. Not too fast to keep up with, but just energy, I think, is what I'm trying to say, and I think fans are going to enjoy that.
The show's going fast, and you can see that it's headed towards some walls where there's some collisions, so it plays those out, and then there's the aftermath of what comes from those. So we have to deal with situations of our own doing, and then the creation of new ideas.
It is insane. So everything that you see is going to be super intense. Taylor found a way to make the stakes higher, to make the characters want more and do more to get the things that they want.
There's more passion, there's more heart, the things that people want and what they're willing to do to get them, which leads to greater violence, greater betrayal.
I've never seen a fight like that in my life on film. I've seen them in person, but not on film.
There's a lot more action. I don't know, I guess it's all pretty violent, but this kind of season just feels like there's just a lot going on. It's really wild, that things are starting to really blow up.
It's like a pressure cooker, I think, and I think that halfway through the season, we kind of see how everything blows up. Get ready for a lot of suspense, a lot of pressure, a lot of payback. It's going to be intense.
There's a war happening. The enemies are coming from every angle, and we're all trying to fight to survive, including Beth.
When you asked me to fight for this family, you said fight everyone.
I have people come up to me on the street, and they honestly get really mad at me for leaving Kayce, but, you know, he's killed someone every episode, so you gotta give me a break.
She's sort of said that she can't take it anymore and that whatever he has going on with him has put them in danger too much, and it's obviously devastating. It's the last thing that on earth that he'd wanted to happen.
She's really finding her independence and what it looks like to be a single mom and kind of carve out her own life away from the Dutton influence.
The only thing he can do now is try to make a future for his son. Every choice he's making is for his son and to hopefully one day get that family back.
Knowing that my dad at the end is gonna protect the ranch for me I feel good about that.
And there's a war coming. You bet your ass it's coming.
We have some new characters, new developments. I don't think it was anything we expected, and we already had the dynamics of the land developers, the casino, and then the ranch.
They're shrewd, they have a history, that'll unfold, but they're formidable, and they're just one of 4 pegs of people that really go at each other.
Jamie and Beth are never going to see eye to eye, I don't think. I mean, there is such a deep, I would say, hatred. I mean, I think she hates him.
It's an intense love that leads to intense hate and resentment. We don't know where it's coming from. It's going to be a great moment when we find out what it really is that set this off.
There's a backstory there that we've yet to uncover. The reason why it's such a deep betrayal somewhere is that there was once huge love.
It's great to work with her doing this because we're good friends. You need to be able to trust one another to really go that deep into that kind of hate and violence.
I love them. The two of them together are amazing. I think that their dynamic is so exciting to watch. Beth, she's tough, and I feel bad for Jamie, like all the time.
I think Wes Bentley does an incredible job playing Jamie. That's a really hard part to play. To sort of play someone kind of so awful, but you feel for them.
continuing representation for the Native culture and the character that's so rarely portrayed this way in a contemporary sense, so that it can also be educational. I mean, that's my own bias about it. And why it's so immersive is because everybody has a story of some dysfunction in family, and that's really what the relationships on Yellowstone kind of are.
I'm actually very interested in the Native American storylines, what goes on the reservation, and Thomas Rainwater I think is a very intriguing character. I could watch a whole show about him and just find it fascinating. There definitely needs to be a show like that.
The Bunkhouse Boys are a good bridge between the best of Yellowstone and the worst of Yellowstone in terms of the characters and, again, what they'll do and their biggest hearts and then their biggest vices.
I always joke, I say that we're like the comedic relief, I think, in the show that's like super intense. We're just kind of like the guys that just want to have fun. Don't take it too seriously. We feel like John Dutton's got it under control. Little did we know, not necessarily true.
What are we going to do? We're going to kill him, son.
I can't wait for audience to see it because I know how much the audience loves it. They've been waiting for it.
Where is it? Everything I hear from the fans is that I want more, we want more, and that's exactly what you want to hear.
Everything that fans respond to in the first season, the second season pushes those sort of themes so much further.
I was so excited for it to come back. I feel like all of us on the show are just as big as fans as the people who watch it, and we are watching this story unfold too.
It's worth the wait. This is a great season, and everyone put everything into it. We all have needed our recovery time after this one, and you'll see it, and I think the fans will be excited for that.
On June 19th, I'm going to be watching the premiere of Season 2 of Yellowstone, only on the Paramount Network.
What I'll be doing? I'll be watching Yellowstone, yeah. You're damn straight, girl.
I'm going to be sitting in front of my TV watching me.
I'd like to make sure I get to sit and watch it with people I love, celebrating it.
So excited. June 19th. Watch it.